So, what are the core benefits of using AI in healthcare monitoring is early detection. By continuously analyze the data, AI can identify the health problems before symptoms became obvious. This proactive approach can literally save lives. Reduce the healthcare costs. Remote monitoring and early interventions means fewer emergency visits and hospital admissions. Improve the patient engagement. AI-powered apps provide insights that make patients more involved in their case, like reminders, progress tracking, and educational feedbacks. Remote access to care, especially importance for people in rural areas or those who are physically limited. Better chronic disease management by tracking the conditions like diabetes or asthma. Continuously, AI helps keep these diseases under control and reduce the complications. Ultimately, AI makes care more proactive, personalized, and accessible. Now, while the benefits are promising, we must also be realized and acknowledge the challenges and limitations of AI in healthcare monitoring. Sensor inaccuracies. Wearable and monitoring devices may produce false positives or miss subtle issues. These devices need continuous calibrations and validations. Data noise and artifacts. Especially in real-world settings, the data collected may be inconsistent or noisy. AI systems needs to distinguish between genuine issues and random anomalies. Over-reliance on AI. Some systems might prioritize AI outputs over human judgment, which can be risky. AI should assist, not replace, clinical decisions making. Device interoperability. Not all devices and platforms speaks the same language. This makes it difficult to create unified systems where all data flows seamlessly. Data privacy and security risk. Health data is extremely sensitive. Ensuring it is encrypted, anonymized, and compliant with regulations like HIPAA and GDPR essential. Algorithmic bias. If the AI is trained on non-representative data sets, it might produce the biased result, especially for minorities or underrepresented groups. We need strongly regulatory frameworks and continuous human oversight to ensure AI remains the safe and equitable tools in healthcare. So moving into the second core topics, human action recognition, that is HARE. HARE is the AI-driven process of detecting and interpreting human movements and activities from video or sensor data. The goal is for AI system to understand if someone is walking, sitting, falling, running, or human making gestures, detect that abnormal behavior or sudden movements that could indicate the health emergencies. The applications include healthcare, detecting the falls in elderly patients or monitoring posture in rehabilitations, secured identifying the abnormal movements in surveillance footage such as running in a restricted area. Spot analytics, tracking athletes' form and performance. So dissipates its potential. So looks more especially as how human action recognizing is applied in healthcare. Fall detections. This is a critical for elderly patients, especially those who live alone or at risk due to medications or mobility issues. Care systems can detect the fall and immediately send an alert to caregivers or emergency service. Posture monitoring. In rehabilitation centers or during physiotherapy, AI systems can track a patient's movements and ensure they are performing exercise correctly. This reduces the need for continuous in-person supervision. Physical therapy feedback loops. Patients doing exercise at home can be monitoring through webcams or wearable sensors. AI can provide instant feedback if an exercise is being done improperly. Mental health monitoring, although still a developing area, there is a potential for AI to recognize patterns in movement that are correlated with depressions, anxiety, or even early sign of neurodegenerative diseases. Harris Healthcare gives patients more independence while still ensuring safety and treatment compliance. So now let's look at a human action recognition is used in surveillance and security, especially within the hospital environment. Monitoring the hospital entrance and emergency rooms, HAR can track the flow of people, detect crowding, and identify if someone is loitering suspiciously or collapsing unexpectedly. Detecting the aggressive behavior, AI systems can be trained to identify the moments associated with aggression or distress. This is useful in physiatric units or emergency wards where rapid response is critical. Unconscious patients or immobility. HAR can detect it. Someone is lying on the floor and hasn't moved to a certain time, triggering alerts as help. So, crowd behavior analysis. This one, during large scale medical events or emergencies, AI can detect panic, congestions, or irregular movement patterns in crowds, helping security and medical staff react quickly. So AI adds an extra layer of intelligence to video surveillance, improving the both safety and response time, especially in high stress healthcare environments. So how does HAR actually work? It involves the combinations of advanced technologies, computer visions. AI processes the video frame from cameras to analyze that movement. Pose estimations. This involves detecting the skeleton or joints of a person, usually with tool like open pose or media pipe. It's like creating a stick figure of the portions of motion. Machine learning models, models like CNNs, that is convolutional neural networks and recurrent neural networks, and the transforms are used to classify and interpret these movements. These technologies enable HAR systems to not just see but also interpret what a person is doing. For example, is someone waving for help or they saluting and staggering? A growing trend is multi-session fusion where video data is combined with wearable sensors or audio cues to make the recognition more robust and accurate. For AI systems to learn how to recognize the human actions, they need to be trained on large data sets. Some of the most widely used data sets for HAR includes NTU RGB plus D. This is comprehensive data sets with over 60 action classes. It includes not only RGB video, but also depth and skeleton data, which helps the AI learn 3D posture and motions. Kinetics. Developed by DeepMind, this datasets includes over 700 human actions pulled from YouTube videos. It's great for general purpose action recognitions. UCF 101 contains 101 different action categories from realistic video footage such as sports or human interactions. So newer approaches are also using synthetic data, that is, data generated using simulations to represent rare or dangerous actions like fainting or sneezes, where we are difficult to capture ethically in real life. Challenges, that is, despite its potentials, human action recognition still faces the several technical and ethical challenges. Environmental variations, lighting conditions, background culture, and camera angles can significantly impact the accuracy of action recognition. Occlusions, which happens if the person is partially hidden being furniture or other people, the system may misinterpret or completely miss the action. Real-time processing. In emergency situations, hair systems must process video instantly. Delays could mean missed opportunity for the intervention. Cultural variability. Gestures and movements may differ across the regions. A nod might mean yes in one culture and no in another. AI must be trained on diverse data. Privacy concern, especially in healthcare or home settings, constant video monitoring raises questions about consent and surveillance. So as researchers and developers, we must balance the technical innovations with ethical responsibility to ensure hair systems are accurate, fair, and respectful of privacy. Now, let transitions to one of the most impactful use of AI in healthcare, medical diagnostics. AI is now being used to assist doctors in diagnosing conditions by analyzing medical images like X-ray, MRI, and CT scans. Laboratory test results, patient's history, and electronics health records. The benefits: AI can process vast amounts of data faster than a human, catching subtle patterns or anomalies that may be missed during manual review. This doesn't mean replacing doctors, but augmenting their work. For example, in emergency departments, AI-powered triage tools can help prioritize patients based on severity, qualifying the number of affected cells, their size, and structures. This leads to faster diagnosis, more consistent results as human judgment can vary, enhanced accuracy, particularly in early stage of cancers, and emerging trends in digital pathology, where slides are shared digitally across the locations and AI tools assist the pathologists globally. This also supports the teleconsultations. A pathologist is one part of the world can collaborate in real time with AI and clinicians elsewhere. So, one of the most prominent areas of AI has made a huge impact is in medical imaging diagnostics, X-rays to detect the pneumonia, fractures, or lung modules. MRIs for identifying the brain tumors, spinal abnormalities, and tissues damage. CT scans offer used to find the internal bleeding, cancer lesion, or organ damage. So AI systems, especially convolutional neural networks, are highly effective at patterns recognition. Once trained on large volumes of medical images, these models can highlight the abnormalities, provide the probability scores for different conditions, and even suggest next steps in diagnosis. Moreover, we are now seeing the rise of multimodal imaging, such a combination of PET scans with MRI, which provides even more detailed information. AI excels at interpreting these complex layered datasets often faster than human can. Let's now shift from radiology to pathology and histology, which deals with tissues and cells. Traditionally, pathologists examine the biopsy slides under the microscope to identify cancerous or abnormal cells. AI can now assist or even automate parts of this process by scanning high-resolution digital images by biopsy samples, using deep learning to locate suspicious or cancerous regions. This system was developed in collaborations with Moorfield Eye Hospitals in London. Here what it does, analyzes retinal scans to detect over 50 eye conditions, including diabetic retinopathy and macular degenerations. Delivers diagnosis with expert level accuracy. In some cases, matching or exceeding that of trained ophthalmologists. Prioritizes urgent cases for faster treatment, especially useful in high volume clinics. This AI systems can process thousands of scans per hour, sometimes impossible for human clinicians. What makes it truly impactful is its ability to triage. In other words, it tells the doctors not just what it found, but whether it's urgent. It's currently being expanded to cover a wider range of ophthalmic diseases, that is, predict examples of how AI can scale quality healthcare. So for this title, I'll attach one video. So for time being, I'll send that video to Elsa ma'am. She will share for you. So now beyond imaging and tissues, AI also helps interpret text-based medical data, especially in electronic health records. Most medical records include a lot of unstructured text, doctor's notes, discharge summaries, prescription logs. This is where natural language processing (NLP) comes in. That is, the NLP algorithm can extract the patient conditions and symptoms, identify the medication conflicts or allergies, flag high-risk patients based on textual history, summarize the patient history into easy-to-read that reports. Imagine a doctor seeing 30 patients a day instead of reading through several pages of notes per patient. The system summarizes it into a 1-minute overview. That is, a newer development in this space is voice-based recognition, where doctor can dictate that notes and the AI transcribes and organizes them in real time. This not only saves time but also improves the documentation accuracy and safety. So let's take a quick look at another compelling example, DeepMind AI system for diagnostic eye diseases. So diagnostic AI, this system was developed in collaborations with Moorfield Eye Hospital in London. Here what is that? analyzed the retinal scans to detect over 50 eye conditions, including diabetic retinopathy and macular degenerations. Delivers the diagnosis with expert level accuracy, in some cases matching or exceeding that is trained ophthalmologists. Prioritize urgent cases for faster treatment, especially useful in high volume clinics. This AI system can process thousands of scans per hour, sometimes impossible for a human clinician. What makes it truly impactful is its ability to triage. In other words, it tells the doctor not just what it found, but whether it's urgent. It's currently being expanded to cover a wider range of ophthalmic diseases, and it's a perfect example of how AI can scale quality healthcare. Let's now talk about the more integrated form of AI in clinical setting. Clinical decision support system. So these are the platforms that combines patient data and medical knowledge to provide the real-time support to doctors and healthcare teams. CDSs can suggest the potential diagnosis, recommended personalized treatment plans, alert the physicians about possible during interactions or allergies, help with dosage calculations, especially in critical care. Examples of such systems include IBM Watson Health and Google DeepMind Health. The newest generations of CDSs uses adaptive learning, meaning they improve over time by learning from new data and outcomes. These tools are especially helpful in emergency rooms or ICUs where quick informed decisions can save lives. Importantly, these systems do not replace clinical judgment. Instead, they enhance the decision making process, enhancing and no details is missed. Before moving into the industrial applications of AI, it's important to pause and reflect on the ethical and regulatory challenges that come with AI in healthcare. While AI promises better, faster, and more efficient care, it also raises the serious questions. Patient consent. Are patients fully aware that AI systems are analyzing their personal health data? Informed consent is crucial. Data privacy. Medical data is highly sensitive. AI systems must follow strict privacy laws like HIPAA in the US and GDPR in Europe to protect this data. Explainability. AI decisions can sometimes be a black box. Why did the system flag a scan as cancerous? If a treatment plan is AI recommended, can it explain its reasoning in a way doctors and patients understand? Algorithmic bias. If the AI model is trained on a narrow or non-diverse data set, it may be less accurate for patients of different ethnicities, genders, or socio-economic backgrounds. Fairness and accountability. Who is responsible if an AI makes an incorrect diagnosis or misses a life-threatening conditions? So that's why global efforts are now focusing on regulating AI in healthcare, promoting fairness, safety, transparency, and ultimately building the public trust. So far, we have looked at how AI impacts in healthcare, but it reaches the extended far beyond that. AI is transforming industries like manufacturing, where it driven automation in efficiency, logistic and supply chains, where it predicts demand and optimizes routine. Energy and aerospace, where it improves the performance, reduces the waste, and enhances that safety. So applications include quality assurance. AI inspects the products and detects the defects. Predictive maintenance. AI predicts when machines are likely to fail, preventing downtime. In robotics, AI-enabled robots now work alongside humans in factories and warehouses. So these also a growing trends of using AI for environmental sustainability, monitoring emissions, managing the resources, and reducing the industrial waste. So just like in healthcare, AI in industry is about combining data, automation, intelligence to create the system that are smarter, faster, and more reliable. So let's take a deeper look into predictive maintenance, one of the most valuable industrial applications in AI. In traditional factories, machines are repaired when they fail or serviced at fixed interval, but this leads to unexpected breakdowns, high repair cost, lost productivity. Predictive maintenance uses AI to analyze the data from sensors attached to machinery. It monitors things like vibrations, temperatures, noise, or pressure, and identifies the patterns that suggest a machine is about to fail. This allows companies to perform maintenance exactly when needed, reduce the downtime, extend the machine lifespan, and cut maintenance costs significantly. An emerging technique is the use of digital twins, a digital replica of a physical systems that runs simulations in real time using AI. This helps anticipate issues before they affect actual operations. Another vital industrial use of AI is in quality control through computer visions. Traditionally, human inspectors on production lines could check for product defects, but this is time consuming, inconsistent, and not scalable. AI system now use camera and vision models to detect surface defects like cracks, scratches, misprints, like that. Spot missing components or misalignments, measure the dimensions to ensure manufacturing tolerance. These models are trained on thousands of animated product images. A newer trend is hyperspectral imaging, which captures the informations beyond visible light, allowing the AI to detect flaws not visible to the human eye, such as contaminations in food products, internal damage in materials. This ensures the greater consistency, faster inspections, and significant cost saving in industries ranging from semiconductors to pharmaceuticals. Now let's talk about robotics, where AI meets physical automations. Modern industrial robots are no longer just automated arms that repeat motions. They are collaborative robots or cobots designed to safely work alongside humans, adjusting in real time based on proximity or feedback. Autonomous mobile robot, which navigate the warehouses to move materials or clean surfaces without human intervention. Precision robots used in welding, painting, or even assembling tiny electronic components. AI makes these robots smarter and more adaptable. They can learn from experience using reinforcement learning, respond to unexpected changes in their environment, use tactile sensors to feel pressure or texture, recognize the objects, and make decisions using real-time vision processing. In the bigger picture, AI-driven the robotics in helping companies achieve higher productivity, safer workspace, and greater flexibility in manufacturing. Let's now look at how AI is reevaluating supply chains, the backbone of industrial operations. Supply chains involve the procurement, inventory management, transportations, and delivery. If part breaks, it can disturb the entire process. AI brings the optimizations at every level: demand forecasting, AI analysis, historical sales, seasonal trends, and real-time data to predict how much of your product will be needed and when. This helps prevent the overstocking of storage. Route optimization. AI can find the most efficient path for delivery trucks considering traffic, weather, and fuel efficiency. This lowers cost and improves the delivery speed. Inventory automation. Smart warehouses use AI to monitor stock levels, reorder supplies, and even control robotics pickers and packers. The overall impact is cost saving, higher customer satisfaction. And now, with the growing emphasis on sustainability, AI is being used to reduce the emissions and waste throughout the supply chain. As perfect example of AI industry is a Siemens Smart Factory. This is the cutting edge facility where almost every part of manufacturing process is powered by AI. Production lines are automated and constantly optimized using AI algorithm. Sensors monitors the health of every machine, predicting failures before they happen. Data analytics provide real-time dashboards that help managers make decisions on the fly. Energy consumption is optimized using AI models that detect unnecessary use. As a result, Siemens has achieved higher efficiency and productivity, lower downtime and energy consumption, enhanced training programs powered by AI to upskill the factory workers. This is not just a tech upgrade, it is fully digital transformations. It shows how AI can modernize even traditional heavy industries. While the benefits of AI in industry are clear, we must also be aware of the risk and consideration involved. Cyber security threats. As factories become more connected, they are more vulnerable to cyber attacks. A hacked AI system could bring an entire plant to a standstill. Job displacement. There's a valid concern that automation could replace the human jobs. This calls for proactive reskilling and upskilling of the workforce to adapt to AI. Legacy system integration. Older machines and software don't always integrate smoothly with AI. Upgrading them can be costly and complex. Reliability and safety. If AI systems fail or behave unpredictably, it could lead to mechanical damage or even workplace assistance. Strict testing and fallback protocols are essential. Ethical deployment. How much decision making should be delegated to machines? Who is accountable when an AI makes a mistake? So, mitigate these issues, companies must adapt a responsible AI strategy, combining innovations with ethics, safety, and transparency. Now, let's talk about one of the most important emergency areas in AI, explainable AI or XAI. Often AI models, especially deep learning networks, are seen as black boxes. They produce a result, but we don't always know why or how they arrived at it. That's a problem in critical fields like healthcare, law, or industry, where decision must be justified. Explainable AI tries to open that black box. It answers questions like what future did the models reply on to make it prediction, and which data points contributed most to a decision. Common techniques include future importance map, line that is local interpretable model logistic explanations, and sharply additive explanations. And now we are even seeing real-time explainability where the AI not only makes a decision but also provides an instant explanation, building trust and enabling oversight. Explainability is key for regulators, developers, and end users to ensure that AI is not just powerful but also transparent and accountable. One of the most critical concerns across all sectors, especially healthcare and industry, is data privacy and security. AI models rely on massive amounts of data, much of which is personal, sensitive, or proprietary. This brings several responsibilities. Encryption and secure storage. Data must be encrypted both at rest and it transmit to prevent unauthorized access. Anonymization. Removing the personal identifiable information is vital when using healthcare data for research or model training. Compliance. Organizations must comply with regulations like HIPAA, GDPR, and industry-specific cybersecurity standards. Secure AI model deployment. Even trained AI models can be targeted through adversable attack or model theft. One emerging solution is the use of blockchain in AI system. Blockchain can create immutable audit trails verifying who accessed what data and when. In short, for AI and thrive, people must trust that their data is being handled securely and ethically. A common misconception is that AI will replace humans. But in reality, the most effective systems are those that combine human expertise with AI assistance. Let me give you a few examples. In healthcare, AI might flag an abnormality on a scan, but a radiologist reviews it, confirms the findings, and makes the final call. In manufacturing, a robot may assemble components, but a human operator oversees quality and handles exceptions. In offices, AI helps analyze large documents or trends, but humans still lead the strategy and communications. This is known as human AI collaboration, and it's rapidly becoming a norm. In fact, AI is now also being used as a teaching assistant, helping train workers through simulations, identifying skill gaps, and even coaching professions with real-time feedbacks. This goal is not replacement, but augmentation, making human decisions smarter, faster, and more consistent. Looking ahead, the future of AI in healthcare is incredibly promising. We are moving towards personalized medicine, where treatment plans are based on the person's genetics, lifestyle, and medical history, or interpreted of AI models. AI-driven drug discovery. AI can analyze the molecular structures, predict the interactions, and even design new drugs, drastically speeding up a discovery process. Integrations with IoT and wearables, your smartwatch, smart bed, or even smart toilet could send real time health data to your AI healthcare assistant. Federated learning, a privacy preferring method where AI models are trained across the decentralized devices without moving sensitive data. AI in mental health, detecting anxiety, depressions, and stress through speech, facial expressions, and wearable signals. AI must just be a tool. It will become a continuous health partner available 24 bar 7 personalized to each individual. In industry too, the future of AI is full of innovations. We are moving towards fully automated factories where AI systems can manage the production, quality control, maintenance, and inventory with little to no human inventions. Real time adaptive supply chains that responds instantly to global demand shifts, weather disruptions, or geopolitical issues. 5G and Edge AI integrations, enabling the AI to process data right at the device level, improving responses, time, and security. Advanced robotics with sensory feedback, real time learning, and more human like movement capabilities. Circular economy models. AI will help reduce industrial waste, design products for reuse, and track sustainability metrics in real time. In short, AI is not just transforming how we work, but also why and for what purpose we work, driving us towards the smarter, safer, and more sustainable systems. Final thoughts and summary. So, to summarize, AI revolutioning both healthcare and industries. In healthcare, it enables the earlier diagnosis, better monitoring, and more personalized care. In industries, it improves the efficiency, reduces the downtime, and drives innovations. But as we are seeing, this progress must be met with equal attentions to ethics, transparency, fairness, and security. The real vision for the future is not an AI that replaces us, but an AI that works with us. An assistant and professional responsibility, yes, empathy, and systems. So, thank you all for your time and attentions. I hope this sessions has not only informed you about AI capabilities, but also inspired you to think about how we can integrate it into our field thoughtfully and effectively. Let's continue these discussions because the future of AI is not just in code, but in collaboration. Thank you.
Dear participants, if you have any queries, you can unmute yourself and ask, or you can just give your queries in the chat window so that
Elsa, ma'am.
I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our resource person, Mrs. A. Tamarai Muthumani, HOD of CSE, St. Michael College of Engineering and Technology, for accepting our request and gracing us with her valuable presence and delivering an insightful idea that was undoubtedly enriched our understanding and perspective on AI for healthcare monitoring, human action and recognition, medical diagnostics and industrial application. Thank you for your valuable time and expertise that are deeply appreciated, ma'am. Thank you for joining us today. Now I would like to request
Thank you, ma'am.
Now I'd like to request Mrs. C. Fatima Selvi, AP of Computer Science and Engineering, to propose the vote of thanks. Since this is day 5 and we are closing this session with a thank you note to all of you joined. Now I welcome Fatima Selvi to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon to everyone. It is my honor and privilege to propose a vote of thanks on behalf of the organizing committee and all the participants for the successful completion of this online faculty development program. We extend our heartfelt thanks to all the resource person, Dr. T. Kaliswaran, SSM Ratnam Technical Campus, Dr. S. Karpaham, Principal, St. Michael College of Engineering and Technology, Mr. Gokul Srinivasagan, Germany, and Dr. K.G. Srinivasagan, National Engineering College, Kovilpatri, who shared their knowledge and experience through engaging session and interactive workshops. Your dedication to imparting knowledge and facilitation discussions has been instrumental in making this FTP a resounding success. A special thanks to the organizing committee members, including Dr. S. Babur Engarajan, HOD of CSE, Mrs. P. Sanmugha Sundari, Associate Professor of CSE, Mrs. M. Elsa Melif, Assistant Professor of CSE, for their tireless effort in meticulous planning and executing this program. Your hard work behind the scenes, from the initial planning stages to the seamless online session, has ensured a smooth and enriching experience for all the participants. We also thank all the participants who joins us from the various institutions across the country and are actively engaged in the session. Your insightful questions and collaborative spirit have made this FTP a truly engaging and rewarding experience. We hope that the knowledge and skill gaining during this program will be effectively utilized in your respective teaching and research endeavors. Finally, we would like to thank our institution and management of PET Engineering College for providing the platform and resource for this online FTP. Your support has been crucial in making this program accessible to a wider audience. We believe that this FTP has been a transformative experience for all of us, and we hope that it will inspire us to continuous learning and growing as educators. Thank you all once again for your participation and support. We wish you all the very best in your future endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Fatima ma'am. If there is any participant who is willing to share your feedback directly, you can turn on your mic and camera if possible and share feedback with us related to the 5 days FTP. Thank you for being with us all the 5 days and being patient in whatever technical glitches occurred. We cordially thank each and every one of you for sparing your valuable time with us. If there is someone who could unmute yourself and share your feedback directly, it would be helpful for us. There is two links shared in your chat window. One is feedback for day 5. Another link is an program exit survey. Kindly fill those. Make sure while filling that all your details, that is including if you need your initials at the end, make sure that you fill your name followed by your initials. If you need initial at the front, then make it like that. And make sure all your designation or AP CSE or ASP CSE, whichever you wish to be printed in the certificate, is mentioned correctly. And you'll be receiving certificate by end of this week, Friday. If you don't receive so, you can contact us through the same number like 730-510-6462, or you can mail to csc.elza@petengg.ac.in. In case of any discrepancies, you can contact over WhatsApp also. So is there anyone who is ready to share feedback? Either positive or negative, everything is accepted. Punita ma'am, if you are trying to talk something, kindly unmute yourself.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Yes, good afternoon,
Hello.
Punita ma'am. Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, ma'am. I am Dr. Punita from PSR Engineering College, professor in Triple Department. All the program is very nice and it was very useful. And our doubts also patiently they are answering. So all days it was very, very nice. And especially today's as well as NPL, NLP processing that day, my most of my knowledge will be increased by means of these one, and my doubts also cleared. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
And
much.
thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much for sharing, ma'am. Thank you, Punita ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing your feedback with us. If there is anyone else willing to share, you can just share. Others can kindly fill the feedback form and exit feedback form that is shared in the chat window. If there is no queries and if you are done with the feedback, you can leave the session. Thank you so much for joining and thank you all for being with us as a support, great support throughout the event. Thank you.
Ma'am, thank you very much for the program committee also, ma'am. They are perfectly and send the YouTube link daily, feedback link, everything patiently they have sent and perfectly. For that also, I am very, it was very helpful. Thank you so much for the program committees also. And congratulations to all the program committees.
Thank you so much, Punita ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Vidya Balachandran ma'am, are you trying to speak? If yes, kindly unmute yourself.
Hello.
is Fatima Kadir, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Myself, Fatima from AMS College of Engineering.
Yes, ma'am. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon, ma'am. The session was very useful, ma'am, and it was very informative. Thank you for your cooperation, which you sent the feedback link, YouTube videos. It was very helpful for us. If we cannot attend the session for 1 hour, if we had class, we could just see the YouTube and we can learn the things. So it was very useful, ma'am. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
ஒன்ஸ் அப்பான் ஏ டைம் ஒரு ஆர்டிக்கல் ஒன்று உங்களுக்கு நான் செய்யணுமே ஞாபகம் இருக்கா என்ன ஆர்டிக்கல் நம்ம 2 பேரும் சேர்ந்து ஒரு ஆர்டிக்கல் போடணும்னு சொல்லிட்டு ஒரு பிளான் பண்ணோம். ஆர்டிக்கலை ரெடி பண்ணி உங்களுக்கு நான் அனுப்பிட்டேன்.
பார்க்கவே
என்ன ஆர்டிக்கல்னு கேட்க அளவுக்கு மறந்துருக்குன்னா பாருங்க.
மேகசின்க்கு ஏதோ ஆர்டிக்கல்
இது கூட பார்க்கலையா மேம்?
நல்ல வேலை ஞாபகப்படுத்துவீங்க.
இன்னைக்கு போய் பார்க்குறேன்.
மேம் இந்த இது பாருங்க. இதை கூட நீங்கள் கைடாக இருந்தீங்களா? அந்த பிள்ளைங்களுக்குள்ள கான்செப்ட் நல்லா இருந்தால் நம்ம அதை எடுத்துக்கணும்.
சரி, என்ன
அப்போ
இதை நான் பார்க்கலாங்கிறேன். நீ அந்த வேலை
பேப்பர்
பார்த்து
எடுத்துங்க, நான் ரெடி பண்ணுவேன். சரியா மேம்? எனக்கு ஒரு டவுட்டு. இப்போ இவங்க இருக்காங்களா டெலிஷா மேம், அவங்களுக்கு வந்து கைடாகவே போடலையா அவங்க? ஆமாம், அவங்களுக்கு ஒரு பையன் இருந்தான். அவன் வந்து இன்னொரு குரூப் கூட சேர்ந்துருக்காங்க. அவன் பேர்
மகாராஜன். தீப மகாராஜன்.
அவன் வந்து இல்லை நான் வேறு குரூப் கூட சேர்ந்து பண்ணுறேன், நான் தனியாக பண்ணலைன்ட்டான். அதனால் அவங்களுக்கு கைடு இல்லை. இப்போ அவங்க நம்ம கூட சேர்ந்து போட முடியுமான்னு கேட்டாங்க. இப்போ ஒரு சேனலில் எத்தனை பேர் போடலாம் கைடு? நம்ம 2 பேர் போட்டு போட்டோம். நமக்கு அவங்க கூட சேர்க்க முடியுமா? சேர்க்கலாம், ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லை. ஆனால் அந்தளவுக்கு அது ஒருத்தான ப்ராஜெக்டாக இருந்தாலும் 3 கைடு சேர்ந்து இந்த ப்ராஜெக்டை பண்ணியிருக்கோம்.
பார்க்கணும்.
அதான் நான் சொன்னேன், ஆல்ரெடி நானும் ஒன்று பண்ணியிருக்கேன்.
Participants, if you have filled the feedback form, you can leave the session.